Alright, what is up everybody? Diving into it as always, and thank you for joining me on my journey to improving my safety rating on ACC in hopes of joining the competition server. Green lights are out and we are diving down on the main straightaway here at MONZA into T1. And you may be thinking, really? MONZA is where you want to begin the journey, Kenny? Do you not know about T1 at MONZA? And I will answer that right now. Yes, I do know about T1 at MONZA very much. But no worries, this first race may look like it is scrapped, but it is going to turn out sexier than your mom as your high school prom date. Alright? So we're going to just try to get through this first chicane here and try to put in a consistent clean lap in hopes that other cars ahead, well, in a public lobby, you probably can guarantee that some cars up ahead are going to find themselves in the gravel traps, in the barrier, or in each other, deeply. And there we are, yellow flags up ahead as I come here, go over that, just say forget it, because why not? And I see two cars up ahead struggling as I pass debris and damage a car off to the right, this car off to the left. Oh, just parked right there, nearly nick it, but don't worry, all is good. Watch that car take that nice and tight, which is going to slow him down. I'm going to go off to the right here and pass not one, but two cars. So, though I may have been killed in the first chicane of T1, or of lap 1 here, but I'm making up positions, dive into that because I did not even want to take the chance of hitting my brakes any harder and getting rear-ended for no good reason. So we're going to dive forward here into the lap just a little bit further to where I finally catch up to some other cars and give you all of the content you want to see, which is a race, battling. Alright? Because I'm sitting at a lovely 65 safety rating. And in ACC, in order to improve that, you need to have wheel-to-wheel battles. You need to be fighting in the crowd cleanly and making those passes. So coming into the second chicane here in MONZA, and I can see two cars are fighting. One is an actual for the place, car for position, sorry. One is a lapped car. They go out wide. I'm thinking I'm going to make up two spots here. I ease up to allow this car back on the track. Try to go right, and he just nicks me in the rear end. I go into the wall, and that kind of just takes away that opportunity I had to catch up to 6th place. Was it on me? Should I have eased up a little bit more for the lapped car that was off in the gravel? I don't know, I debated it here in my head. I was thinking to myself, should I have eased up? But then that could have just completely killed my time. But then I wouldn't have gotten damage that would have affected me further. But here we are catching up to that car, which as you can see is clearly brake checking me into these final laps for 5th position. And you may be thinking, Kenny, how did you go from 7th to 6th? Well, someone left. So that allowed me to move up a spot. And them. And here we are battling it out on the final laps. And as you can see, they are really taking each chicane with absolute ease. Parking it, going out, grocery shopping, coming back, and there I am politely still waiting, not wanting to rear end them, because as we remember, the goal is to improve our safety rating. So I kind of feel myself back here just chilling. I have this straightaway ahead of me, and I'm thinking, okay, he's got his blinker on, he's going to allow me to pass or make this move up on the right. He doesn't, he covers it off. I'm thinking I don't want to mess around with this. I hit into the brakes way too late, sliding just beyond anywhere the track is supposed to be, into the gravel pit, coming back, rejoining, and just absolutely killing my chance at 5th place, but landing in 6th. So I was able to finish a race, so that's cool. No rage quitting this time. And even though it was Monza and a little bit sloppy, I had a good time. But stick around because we're about to jump into the second race here as we come across the finish line. A race where I was able to jump into qualifying, lay down some mean, hot, consistent laps, and land in a pretty good starting position. So, ease up. Actually end up in 5th place. Don't know how that happened. Find a place to park here, and we're gonna go in. Look to my right, look to the crowd behind. And what is that? Your boy has found himself not in pole, but in 2nd place. And you may be thinking once again, this is not the best position to be if you are trying to improve your safety rating on Monza. But green lights are out. We're just pedal to the metal down the straightaway. The car in front, obviously in P1, gets a clean getaway. A car on my right is about to make another clean pass on me because I am going to ease myself into this first chicane, not wanting to cause any incidences. And we all make it through cleanly except P1 cuts the chicane. It is what it is, and we make our way through. The cars behind me, if you looked in the rearview mirror, there was some debris kind of bouncing around. The car behind me, I guess, received a drive-through penalty, but from what I could see, they made it through pretty cleanly, so I don't know what's going on there. And I'm holding on to 2nd place. They cut it. I'm going to cut it as well. I'm going to get a little warning. No time gain, surprisingly. And we're going to try and hold on to 2nd place here now, and hopefully maybe gain up to 1st. But in a 10-minute race at Monza with somebody who you will see clearly on crack cocaine or something, Adderall, I don't know what some racers take to enhance their performance, but this man is eons ahead of me and is going to be putting in consistent laps as well, and deservingly stays in 1st place. So really the battle here is for 2nd and 3rd with me. But I see the person behind me has a drive-through. The person behind them is 5 seconds behind. So I just need to stay consistent, stay clean, not mess up this last turn in Monza, which I consistently do. Try to go through the chicanes cleanly as possible. But please remember, I am not a pro in any way at sim racing. To me, this is fun, having a good time. The journey is the destination, and I hope to improve. So leave your mean comments for somebody else, alright? Because you gotta start somewhere. I make it through cleanly in the chicane, even though I braked probably way back. But anyways, take it off to the grass a bit because I was distracted driving, checking my mirrors when I shouldn't have been. And we're heading now into the 2nd chicane, and I am still in 2nd place. The car behind me, just 1 second behind. So they're catching up. I'm taking the chicanes just sloppier than a pair of sloppy joes, and eventually though, they make a pass on me. One thing I forgot to mention is we have fast forwarded through this race tremendously because it was quite boring. I stayed in 2nd place for a very long time till eventually this car caught up and made a pass, as you just saw, and now the fight is for 2nd place because I do not want to be on the bottom step of that podium. So I'm doing my best to brake late, brake cleanly, take this section with ease because I tend to lose the rear end here on this curb because I can always hear it dragging out, taking me out wide, losing a little bit of time. But I know if I want to gain time, I'm going to have to nail the parabolica, the last turn here in Monza. This is where I tend to lose it, always going out wide, having to drop it into 2nd gear, which is killing my time even more, but it's the only way I can get a little more wheel rotation or spin in to get that traction, to pull me forward, to get into 3rd, and to get a clean exit onto this straightaway here, and I can see that they are only 1.8 seconds ahead. We go through the first chicane nice and clean. They break through, I cut through as well, thinking, hey, this is for, good podium position. We're both going to be doing what is necessary. All right, kind of feel like Lewis and Max right now, fighting it out in 2021. But I have hope in me that eventually down on the back straightaway towards the last chicane, I can make a clean pass. But we're going to go through this chicane here, and I see them slowing down. I'm excited. I'm thinking, what? They got car issues or something, so I'm going to make that pass into second place. But I look down in the timing screen in the bottom left, I'm looking, okay, either mom called them for dinner and their chicken nuggets and chocolate milk is ready, or they just gave up because the absolute fear of Indy Boy racing behind them, just they had to kill the engine. Be like, listen guys, I'm shaking with fear. I can't even make these turns. But I can, and even though the first place person is 15 seconds ahead, I am going to bring it in to my first ever podium position here in ACC in online racing. So even though it was pretty sloppy racing, I felt amazing, felt great. So if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely going to be playing around with this. This is only part 1 of my safety rating journey. My goodness. So, hey, come back for part 2. Should be up pretty soon. And hey, this is only the beginning, so no worries. There will be improvement. But once again, the journey is the destination. So, yeah, I appreciate all of you. Bye.